Today on the menu, I'm going to walk you through a steakhouse classic. Creamed greens paired with a juicy pan-roasted New York steak and topped with a spicy chili oil to boot. Let's get into this delicious recipe. First up, fill a large pot 3/4 of the way up with water, generously salted, and bring it to a simmer. Of course, make sure to wash your greens, but here I'm going to be using turnip greens. Spinach can work, Swiss chard, and even kale will work with this recipe. Just give them a fine chop and blanch for 3 to 4 minutes or until tender. Then you're going to preserve the color with a cold ice bath afterwards. Once they've cooled down, you're going to strain the water from the greens and reserve in a bowl until you are ready to use. To prep the Mornay sauce, cut your onion into a small dice, or you can fine chop it. Melt the butter in a pan and stir in the flour. Cook this for 1 minute to cook out the flour on low to medium heat. Then you're going to add in your milk while stirring until you create a thick bechamel. Once you add in the Parmesan cheese along with the cracked black pepper and some grated nutmeg, your sauce Mornay is ready to be seasoned with salt to taste. Make sure to keep this covered in a warm place while you cook your steak. For this New York steak, I let it sit uncovered in the fridge for 3 days to remove the excess moisture within the cut. And then I removed the fat along with some sinew for a seamless steak experience. This isn't always necessary, of course, but every once in a while, I don't want to fuss with my steak on the plate. Season with salt and pepper on all sides, and you're going to cook this in a hot pan with a splash of oil for 2 minutes per side for a good medium rare. And of course, baste it with butter to impart some of that deep caramelized flavor. Let the steak rest for 10 minutes before slicing. To finish the greens, bring the Mornay sauce to a light simmer and fold in the greens to reheat. You can make this a bit more loose if you'd like, but I almost treat these creamed greens like mac and cheese of sorts, and it's almost not fair just how rich and delicious these are. Slice up your New York steak, and then you're going to plate this up with the creamed greens in a separate dish. Pour any remaining juices right over the top of the steak and finish with fresh picked rosemary and thyme for a nice little garnish. And if you like it spicy, top it with chili oil to finish. I fell in love with these creamed greens more than a decade ago working at an elevated steakhouse in Hollywood, and I crave it every now and again to reminisce. Like, subscribe, and share this video if you enjoyed, and until next time, stay creative in the kitchen. Later, folks.